Boom! Welcome everyone to the Tuesday Live. How's everybody doing? Bama Ninja says, I'm here today and early. Yes, you are, sir. I hope you are feeling better. For those of you who are in the chat early, Bama Ninja caught the Rona. He got COVID, and that's why he's been AWOL a little bit from some of the live streams. Let's start with a few greetings tonight. Give you guys, give the chat some chances to populate. I got plenty to talk about. I got a special guest tonight for 5 and 5. Should be a good show. Should be fun. We won't probably run over tonight because Cole's 3K giveaway live stream is right after mine. I plan on being there for that. So let's get going here. So let's see. Bama Ninja, again, thank you, brother. Michael Morgan, Mimo, another one of my moderators in the stream already. David Iverson is here. Cool, throwing out some greetings. Also, real quick, if you were on my Saturday live, you know that I did a couple of things. I put some new lighting up for my videos, and I also bought a cool new microphone, an expensive one that's here on my workstation desktop. So hopefully the audio sounds good. We did mess around with the settings, had the gain a little bit too high, but let me know if the audio sounds okay. Hopefully it sounds a lot better than it did using the webcam microphone, which was having some issues with distance and acoustics. So hopefully that is better for you guys. Let's see who else we got in here. We got Grumpy Grunt, the grumpy one, Mr. Grumpy Monkey. A lot of minions in here though already, so that's cool. Iggy is in the house, throwing out some greetings. Let's see who else we got here. We got David, we got Iggy, we got Marcos Gamma. What's up, my man? How you doing? Have some tacos with yes, absolutely. That's what I do after every live stream. It is Taco Tuesday in our house, right over there on that big ass center island that we have in the kitchen. That's where I shoot all my videos, by the way, on the far end of that island over there. We have a skylight in the ceiling, get all that natural light. That's where I shoot my videos. That's what we'll be making tacos as soon as this is over. Will B's in the house. Cool. Who else we got here? I'm trying to see if we got some more familiar faces. A lot of people throwing out greetings. What's up, David? Josh is in the house. What's up, my boy? How you doing? Dude, don't forget, get a hold of me. We got to go have lunch, Josh. All right? We're going to have lunch or go grab breakfast or something. When you're home on the weekends, we'll do that, right? We'll go out and grab breakfast in the morning or something real quick. You have some good news. Oh, wait a minute. Josh got his own apartment. Dude, that's freaking fantastic news, man. That's fantastic news. I'm so happy for you. For those of you who may not have caught this on a couple previous live streams, Josh was one of my co-workers at the golf course for a while. Great guy, great young man. And he is making waves in the world finally. So I'm happy for him. But yeah, dude, that's awesome. You and I got to catch up. So let me know when we could go have breakfast or lunch someday. All right. Let's see who else we got in the house here. We got Mike Jernak. He said driving, bad reception. That's okay, Mike. And also, while people are filling in here, there's 20-something people in the stream already. I want to take a minute and I want to, besides greeting everyone, I want to thank everyone that's here live. I also want to thank you if you are listening, but not actively participating, even if you're a lurker. That's okay. That's perfectly fine if you come in and lurk and you don't feel comfortable getting in the stream and talking, although it's a friendly community. So we would like you to do that, but you don't have to, and that's okay. I appreciate you being here, tuning in every Tuesday, and enjoying what we do here. So if you're a listener, if you're on a mobile device, if you listen while you're driving in your car, coming home from work, commuting, whatever, or if you watch this broadcast later, if you can't make it on Tuesday evenings and you decide to watch it on Wednesday morning, Thursday, Friday, whenever after the fact, thank you very much. I just want to make sure I shout out everybody who watches the broadcast. I get about 35 to 55-ish people a week, and I usually have a couple hundred views before my next live cast. So that means there's a lot of people watching this after the fact, rewatching it, things like that. So thank you to all you guys. Much appreciated. Let's see. Knife Nut 69 says hello. Good evening to you, sir. Happy to have you here. John CJ3, hey Blade brother, hope everyone is doing great. I am doing very well, sir. It's a pretty good day here in live stream land, and all my minions have assembled. Richard Campbell, what's up, crazy knife loving people? Hey brother, don't think I haven't noticed that you've been absent for a couple of live streams, so it's good to have you back, man. Whatever was going on in your life, I'm glad you could make it here on a Tuesday and hang out with me. Let's see here. Who else we got? We got Rich. We got Nebucloud's in the stream too, man. What's going on, brother? This is one of my Arizona brothers. And Nebucloud is really good guy. He's part of our Arizona knife meetup group. We will be doing that very soon. We're just a skosh over 1 month away from having our big meetup down here in Tucson. That'll be on October 1st. Should be a really good time. There will be lots of knives. We will take some pictures. I am hosting this time, so I will have plenty of photos and little videos to show that day. We'll probably throw up a couple videos of the actual knife meetup when we have it that day. So that's cool. Let's see who else we got. A lot of greetings going on, and that's cool. What else we got here? Is Maddie? There he is. The Squirrel King's in the house. The Squirrel King's in the house. Matt, also, I should be home early enough tomorrow, if everything goes well, to jump on with you and jump in for a little bit there and say hi and catch up. So I will endeavor to do that if everything goes the way it's supposed to tomorrow. I think that will happen. Bang Bang has joined the live chat. Bang Bang. I love it. He's in the house as well. Let's see, Bama, we already said that. Rob Knice is in here. And I've been checking out a lot of your stuff on Instagram, Rob. I dig it. You might have seen a lot of likes from me in there. I'm definitely checking out your stuff and digging what's going on there. I got a pretty cool show for you tonight. Like I said, some good updates on the channel, some updates about things that are going on, some giveaway information. So stick around. You're going to want to know about that. And of course, at the end of the night, I will save 10 or 15 minutes or whatever it takes, and we will do story time with Unky Eionans, which we do every week. So stick around for that too. That'll be fun. Budget Blade Reviews in the house. What's up, Matt? Good to see you, buddy. Let's see who else we got in here tonight. We got some people filing in. Cool. I like it. Native Wildman. There he is. There he is. And here's a guy. If you like fishing, if you like outdoors, if you like watching live streams of beautiful lakes and nice, quiet, secluded fishing spots, and you want to get whisked away for a little while for an evening, go check out Native Wildman's channel. He's a good guy. He's got a lot of cool content. His lives are usually not super long. They're not talk show formatted like mine and Cole's, but it's really fun to go watch the stuff that he posts because it's really cool to just kind of get away for a little bit. So check out Native Wildman. There's a lot of good people in here. And holy shit, dude, haven't seen you in a while. What's going on, my man? It's good to see you back. Good to have you in the stream for sure. Yeah, there's a lot of good channels. Honey Bear's in the stream. I don't know where you were up there. I missed you somewhere, but hello, sir. Welcome in. There's a lot of good channels in here right now. So if you're new to my stream, this happens every Tuesday. And I also have 2 Saturdays a month. I have a Saturday social, which is a lot more relaxed format where we just start out talking about knives and then talk about whatever. That just started recently, but it's doing doing real good. But what I wanted to tell you guys is just, like, don't be afraid to check out some of these other channels. There's a lot of people in here that have channels that are really good. Mattisfaction has a channel. Nebucloud has a channel. Just a lot of these guys. Grumpy Grunt has a channel, right? Cue Ball, who's in here, has an Instagram account. Like a lot of these people, like look up their names. And Michael Morgan and Bama Ninja will throw out some links to some of the channels as we go through the chat. But check them out. There's a lot of good people in here. A lot of good knife community content creators that are good friends of mine. So feel free to check out anybody's links that you see come up. John CJ3 says real quick, what knife is your favorite knife to fidget with? Oh my gosh. There's a bunch of them. But one of my all-time favorite knives is the Nimble. It just does everything right. It's fidgety, it's well made, it's ergonomical. It's not a really big knife, but there are different variations of the nimble now. There is a nimble X, which is larger. There is a nimble Tanto. There is a nimble liner lock, and there is, which I have on order. There's a nimble W, which is a Warncliffe version of the nimble that is not quite as big as an X, but significantly bigger than a regular nimble. So if I had to pick one off the top of my head, it would be that. But fidget factor is not my number one area for whether I buy a knife or not, right? I use all my knives. I carry a ton of my knives, so I don't always go for fidget factor. It's certainly not my first thing. I will tell you guys that a knife that I have on loan from somebody that everybody, well, not everybody, but a large percentage of the knife community fanboys and is in love with and puts in the high fidget factor category and puts in their top 5 of their favorite knives. I am about to review, and the hype is not real in that knife. And I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't want to spoil the review. Let's see. I'm missing some comments, so I don't want to fall too behind. Leland Phil is in the house. Good to have you here as well. Let's see. Who else we got in here? We got Leland. I know there's some others. Brother Javon is in the house. Jay Evans Knife, Addict Life. Definitely go check out Javon's channel. He's been doing this a while. His reviews have started kind of earlier this year, but he's been with the community a long time. Great guy, solid individual. You definitely want to be subscribed to his channel as well. So this is what I love about the knife community too. We get a lot of, I get in other people's streams, they get in my stream, and it really does create a situation where if you're new, you've got a lot of options. There's a lot of resources here just in this one stream, just to see who's out there. Let's see. There's Honey Bear. I didn't see him earlier, but what's up, my man? Knife now. Old Fart with Sharp Things is there. What's going on, brother? Yep, there's lots of greetings going on. So I love it, man. I love it. There's Neil McKenzie, one of my good friends, carrying a buck 110 tonight. I'm getting to that. Let's see. Iggy says, bit myself real good with my new nimble liner lock. Yeah, it's easy to do. The nimble, both variations of the nimble are very, very fidgety knives. They're not the cheapest, but that's still. Last Saturday, I bit myself on the live stream with the new Spyderco Native 5 that I just obtained. So let's see. Maddie, too bad Matt Grumpy isn't on Discord to see his pick with Gons. That was probably from Blade Show. I would take it. Let's see, Neighbor. I'm heading fishing, but I'm going to keep you on, brother, until I lose service. Okay, man, I appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the like button if you're here. There is 25 people in the stream already, 18 likes. So a few of you guys I know are listening or driving, but the rest of you, make sure you hit the like button for me. It does help my analytics. So please do that and then jump back into the chat if you can. So everybody is pretty much, I think we got a pretty good amount of people in here. So then let's go ahead and let's do that. Let's start throwing up pocket checks. But here's what I want to know, because you guys know I do my pocket checks a little different on my stream than a lot of other people do. I want you to tell me what you typically wear that you carry all your stuff in. In other words, are you more of a pants person? Are you a shorts person in the summer? Do you wear a specific brand of short pants all the time that you like to wear? And that's obviously some of that's going to be geographical and based on what your profession is. But just tell me, are you more of a pants person or a shorts person when you throw up your pocket check? And is there something specific that you like to wear? Okay, so that's what I'm looking for pocket checks today. And go. While you guys are starting to do that, I'm going to talk a little bit about some things that happened this past week on the channel. So for a few of you who are in my Saturday Live, this might sound repetitive, but there's more people here tonight than there typically are on Saturdays. So we're gonna go with that. John CJ3 says typically shorts during the summer and you carry the smock. Okay, just the smock, no flashlights, no fidgety tools, no pry bars, nothing like that. Let's see. So what I was talking about on Saturday, because I'm using Saturday as a little bit of a test bed for this live stream, is that I went back and I started looking at my old live streams, my first one and a couple of ones spread out in between. And I realized there were some things I wanted to fix. You may notice that the lighting looks better tonight. I did move up here to the inside of the house as my new little studio space recently. And I realized a lot of the videos look washed out and things like that. So I wanted to fix that. I also realized I had a lot of audio issues. It wasn't coming through clear. Hopefully that's fixed now with the new microphone setup that I purchased. I purchased something a little more expensive with some adjustments. And also, I just looked at what I liked and disliked about my live streams. And then I looked at some other people's live streams. I looked at Cole's live streams. I looked at Bees' live streams. I looked at Zach's live streams. I looked at Grumpy's and Matt's and some other people's. And I just kind of picked out some things that I wanted to improve. So you'll see some small improvements and some little tweaks to the way I do the lives, but nothing too major because most people seem to like what I'm doing here. So, but I'm going to definitely make some small changes. And some of those are lighting and audio and things like that. So hopefully you noticed a little bit of a difference. So let's see. Grumpy says, y'all hurting yourselves with these knives should just box them up and send them to me. They're obviously unsafe and need to be disposed of properly. Right. Well, and then isn't that what they say about the pew-pews too? They're like, hey, we're just going to take them all and destroy them, and then there'll never be any problems in society. Ha ha. Nope. Let's see. Native Wildman, before he heads out, said he is carrying the American Lawman Mini K-Bar 4-inch Hunter. Case Texas Toothpick Witch's Brew Mini. Aha, that's an interesting little knife. Let's see. Cold Steel Leatherneck SF, my Zippo with a crow on it, fishing jigs, rocks, and a hemp wallet. That's definitely a load. Scott N jumping in the house. For those of you who don't know, Scott N does the knife calendar. Okay. So the YouTube knife calendar. So if you are wondering about when everybody's live streams are on, there is a knife schedule. If one of my moderators could grab that and stick that up, that would be great. If not, I can give you the link for that. Let's see here. Byron Kennedy's in the house. Welcome in, sir. Welcome in. Let's see. Knife Nut says almost always shorts and carrying the Kavist tie PE2. I, right here on my desktop, happen to have the original Kavist PE and tie, which I love. The PE2, I know it has the front flipper, but I suck at front flipping, so I probably won't get that one. I'm pretty happy with the one I have. It's a great little knife. Let's see. Budget Blade Review says, I wear either a black or a light gray white beater with sweatpants. He's carrying an Artisan Ahab, a Civivi Elementum, Kaiser Beg Leader Mini, CJRB Malia, and the Angry Watermelon. Well, that's a very nice carry, sir. I dig it. Bama Ninja, one of my mods, he says, whatever is clean, but shorts mostly, Kubi Titius, which is the KU322, which is Kubi's Poor Man's Arius. Very cool knife. It's one of my favorite knives by Kubi, by the way. Bang Bang giving some kudos to Byron Kennedy. Michael Morgan is carrying the Kershaw Bare Knuckle in 20 CV. Very nice. Rovi Von A5X flashlight and a Mrs. Edge Hank. And he likes to wear jeans. I wear jeans a lot when I'm out of work in the fall and winter, but because I live in Arizona where it's hot most of the year, I tend to wear thinner clothes. Let's see. Rob Nice says, cargo shorts equals more pockets for more junk. I always have my doohickey on me. Changed my carry to a Kaiser Cormorant. Okay, cool. Very nice. There's Blazeburger in the house. Blazeburger said, what's going on? D-shaped pivots. Let's see. I do notice it's better color and clarity wise. Well, thank you. Like I said, I definitely made some improvements, bought some little pieces of equipment to helpfully fix things up. Bought a new mic, which is right here on the desktop, which has a whole bunch of adjustments and looks really high tech and cool. So hopefully this is improving the broadcast. Because I also realized there's a lot of people who listen. I've had people contacting me through email and Instagram and say they don't make the lives every week, but they listen. And I wanted to make the audio quality better for them if they're just able to listen. So tried to be a little bit, what do you call it? I tried to self-analyze some of the stuff that was working and maybe wasn't working in my live streams. And hopefully that will make it a better experience for everyone. John CJ3, not normally, but I keep a Nebo light in the truck. I don't really ever need a small pry tool. I'm interested in getting a decent pen, but other than that, I haven't had anything cool to add with the schmuck. That's okay, brother. Just wondering. A lot of times people forget to mention the other stuff. Let's see. Grumpy says, shorts or sweats and carrying the Scorpio and the QSP Rhino today. So very cool. So he has two really cool knives. He has the Scorpio, which is the new Orion knives release. That's from Blade Banter from David, made by QSP. And then the QSP Rhino, which I reviewed recently, is a prototype knife. Actually, it's a one-of-one sample. And the group that I'm part of, the pass-around group, the QSP Rhino is one of QSP's new premium knives that's going to be coming out this fall or winter. And they're just kind of trying to get some feedback from us and trying to get some exposure for that knife. But that's a super cool knife. And I did my own video, but I will definitely be looking forward to watching Grumpy's and anybody else's in that group who puts one out, because I'm interested to see what their impressions of the knife are after I gave mine. Let's see. Bang Bang up in Minnesota, so mostly pants. He's carrying a Tuya Big Belly today. All right, brother, I like it. Byron Kennedy, I know you'll have a couple things. Here we go. Oh, he's just throwing out some greetings. Okay, belay that. I thought he was ready for his pocket check. Send all your unsafe and unwanted knives to Grumpy Grunt, care of Indiana. Don't worry, they'll get it to him. Yeah. That's true, Scott. Let's see. Come on, pocket checks, guys. I know you guys got some stuff in your pockets. John says, I do have a Menix 2 regular and a lightweight that I rotate. There you go. All right. You always got to have some more than one knife to kick around there, hopefully. Let's see. Iggy says, in my 511 striped cargo pants and custom belt holding my nimble. She's got a Kvist PE2, so you must have just got that. And I'm sure you love it because the first one was great and the second one's got a few little minor tweaks to it. Leatherman Squirt, an Ion flashlight, a refined pen, and a Jake's Jank block and a Hank. Very nice. Very cool. So I'll get to pants in a few minutes when I talk about mine. Let's see what Honey Bear's got. He says in pants, XM18 skinny with BGM hollow grind. So that's a reground hinderer. A Raylite Thai pineapple, a Lynch Northwest AAP 1.6, backpack carry for hiking, fishing, and golf bag carry on the course. Include much, much more. Yeah, so you've got a lot of stuff. That's fine, man. That's all good. That's what I'm looking for. I just want to kind of see what people. I just want to see what people are carrying. Richard Campbell says 2 sets of cuffs, a pew pew, a Chavez blade. Most of the time, uniform pants. I understand, sir. I get it. Javon is carrying a Vero Axion. Let me see if I get through most of these pocket checks here. There's Byron Kennedy. He says, I still have my standard work carry, Cold Steel Recon 1, and an off-grid all-day necker. 6 months in cargo shorts, 6 months in either denim overalls or blue jeans, Indianapolis. Gotcha. Chaz likes sharps objects. What's going on, my brother? I'm glad you could make it in the stream. Chaz has small children and a wife, so I know he doesn't always get in here, but good to have you in here. And he says he's got the Bird Blade Slim and an F5.5. Cool. They want to know, Bladesburger wants to know, Chaz, if that's a full size or a slim. Rob Rice says he loves the Recon 1. Cool. All right. So I think most of you, there's 30-something people in the chat tonight, so we're doing great. Don't forget to hit the like button while I tell you what I'm carrying today. So if you happen to follow me on Instagram and you checked it out just before the live stream, you might have got a sneak peek of this because I just posted it up a few minutes before. I jumped over yours. Where the heck was it, David? Let's go back here, see if I can find it. I don't like to miss anybody if I can help it. Ah, there it is. I see it, David. Duluth Fire Hose cargo pants or shorts, depending on the weather. ZT0308, again, one of my favorite knives, which I'd never sold mine. CRK Minimalist Bowie, I like that too. Leatherman Wave Plus, Olight i1 R2 Pro, and an arc field. The arc field is the new Olight. That's really cool. It's a multi-function device. It looks kind of like a presentation clicker, but it's got a whole bunch of tools in it. Hinderer pen, Zippo, Rule Number 9 coin, Navy coin, and a Forest Hank. Very nice, sir. I dig it. I dig it a lot. Let me see where we're at here, because I saw the chat jump again. I missed yours too, Will. Jeez. Guys, you guys. Let's see. I'll try to go back here and find it. If not, we'll just copy and paste it and throw it up again. I'm not sure where it is. The chat jumped 3 or 4 times on me while I was trying to do this. So I apologize, but oh, there it is. I think I found it. Never mind. For work, I wear Wrangler jeans, shorts or jeans, and a button denim work shirt. Grimsmo Norseman, Spyderco Schmuck, Kaiser Bag Leader XL. Kaiser Bag Leader. Olight Baton 3. I do not own one of those yet. Streamlight Macro Stream, and an Everyman Grafton pen. Okay, so John says I'm leaning more towards more robust knives lately. Okay, I could see that. Yeah. You go through phases. Ant says, I was gonna say I didn't see his. Just have my Kershaw Lunch 9 on me right now. Okay, that's cool. So I'll tell you a little bit about what I got. I am carrying a few things today. I always like to start with the small stuff. So as always, I carry some kind of Victorinox. Have a couple different, slightly larger ones. I have a Tinker and a Cadet, which they now call a Recruit. But today I'm carrying the classic SD in black. I am carrying a Olight i3 EOS in olive green. I'm not at work today, so I don't necessarily need a crazy light. I am carrying a small green and black and silver Mrs. Edge fidget ball. I'm going to show you. I'm carrying this, so you're going to get a sneak peek at this week's Friday Knife Review. This week's Friday Knife Review will be the Asher Ty Spiro in reverse tux. It's a pretty cool knife, right? S35, whoops, sorry. S35 VN steel and decent size, right? So that is one of the knives I have in my pocket today. And the other one is an Apex Group knife. And it happens to be, I signed up for this because this exact knife I was going to buy anyway, like very soon, like as soon as I had some extra cash. And I'm assuming the spam's already been killed, guys. I got 2 mods in here, so there's a delay. So I'm assuming that the spam got killed. But anyway, the other knife I will be reviewing this week, which is part of the Pass Around group, is the Giant Mouse Ace Corda Black and Blackout. And what's really cool about this knife, there you go. I think we got that up there for you, so you can see some of the texturing. Beautiful G10 wire pocket clip, but I love the copper backspacer. Look at that. Doesn't that really just pop? Look at that backspacer. Huh? So that is the Giant Mouse Ace Corda in black G10 and black, has a black DLC or stonewashed. Looks like DLC. Coating on the blade. So this will be my other knife review for this week. Blaze Burger says, what was the question about pants and shorts? I just want to know if you prefer pants or shorts. If you have any specific things that you like to wear. Just because I think it's interesting to always find out what people carry their stuff in. And then the final thing, I have a Mrs. Edge Hank here, which I will show you guys real quick. And for me, clothing-wise, so I have Mrs. Edge Hank. We got this on one side, and we got the fancy schmancy stuff on the other side. It's a really nice Hank that she made. For me, I typically wear something like UB Tech, a lightweight pants, because I work at a golf course. I don't really wear shorts at work, even though I could, for 2 reasons. One, I tend to scrape myself up a lot on stuff. I tend to brush up against the towing links on the golf carts, or because I'm doing a lot of different tasks there and I have a lot of different responsibilities. So I don't typically wear shorts at work. And I'm a whitey. I'm fair skinned, so I burn pretty easily. I'm out in the sun all day. You can see I've got the typical farmer's tan. So I typically wear lightweight, breathable pants in at my job. I will wear shorts around the house, hanging out near the pool in the backyard, or if I just go out somewhere, quick casual like grocery shopping or something like that. But in the winter, I tend to wear heavier pants when I'm away from work. I either wear a pair of Wrangler jeans or I have several different styles of 511s that I wear depending on what I'm doing. So that's kind of what I wear. I'm not a big shorts guy. When I do wear shorts, it's usually something like um, Columbia sportswear stuff that has like good sturdy pockets and things like that, and so I can put lots of crap in them because I like putting stuff in there. So let's see where we're at here. Let me catch up on chat real quick. I'm not sure what the Protect 20 CV reverse Tanto is. Are we talking about a Malibu? Probably. Um, and then let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure what knife we're talking about, so I'll skip over that. Oh yeah, so there you go. Yeah, Mimo's all over it. I'm a newbie in this mod thing. That's okay, Bama. You'll get the hang of it, buddy. Blazeburger says I'm pants all day, but can't carry at work. At home, I'm mostly in sport shorts. Okay, gotcha, man. David Iverson says, "Sweet Hank, thank you, sir." Ant says I would wear board shorts every day, but I would look like a bum, and they mostly don't have great pockets. True, right? So that's the thing, right? You got to wear something that has decent pockets on it. So Zero Bytes 2000 says Wrangler pants. And also Zero Bytes 2000, welcome to my live streams. I saw you jump in here earlier before we went live and leave a comment. I appreciate that. This happens every Tuesday. There are other great channels throughout the week. Again, take a look at the KnifeTube Live schedule that Scott N puts out that has all of our live streams on it. So I have this weekly on Tuesday. Also have a Saturday live that happens every other Saturday, twice a month. That one's really casual on Saturday afternoons. Just hang out, have fun, talk about knives and whatever. But thank you for coming in the stream tonight. Hopefully you're subscribed to my channel. If you aren't, get your butt over there and hit that subscribe button. And one other thing for new people, if you subscribe to one of our channels, not only do you need to hit the subscribe button, and preferably the little bell so you get notified when our videos drop, but you need to interact with the channel in order to stay subscribed. So all you have to do is click on one of our shorts or one of our videos, watch 30 seconds to a minute of it, or if it's a short, it's 30 or 60 seconds, and hit the like button. All right, or leave a comment on something. If you interact with the channel, you will stay subscribed forever. If you don't, and you hit subscribe and just leave and don't come back for a long time, you will get scrubbed. So if you're wondering why you're not getting notifications from my channel or somebody else's, it's probably because you got scrubbed as a subscriber. And that's just a YouTube thing. That's not us. I don't scrub anybody. YouTube says, oh, this person subscribed but never interacted, or this person never did anything on the channel. So that happens. So just letting you know. So if you're wondering why you're not getting information from us, that's probably why. Let's see. Who else? G-Ball is in the house. I just saw him. I just scrolled by him a second ago, but let's see. Zero Byte says he wears Columbia shirts. They have not let anybody. Yeah, Columbia makes some good stuff. I like a lot of their stuff. Their shorts are awesome. If I have to wear shorts, they're usually Columbia shorts. What is it? PFG. I like the PFG and the Omnitech by Columbia. I think those are pretty good. Knife friendly sweatpants. Yeah, right. That's what Scott says. I need knife friendly. I know sweatpants. That's the one thing about sweatpants, right? If you're wearing sweatpants, you typically can't carry very much in those, right? Like you got to have something that goes in and out of a pocket pretty easily. It's not too heavy. You can't wear some of the bigger knives if you're wearing sweats, right? Blazeburger says, I'm playing Mario Kart, but I'm listening in the background. Well, okay, that's fine, brother. That's fine. Still over 30 people in the stream. So G-Ball's in the house. Joe Kasprick just joined the stream. What's up, brother? Thank you for coming in. I really appreciate you being here, Joe. Let's see. Chaz says, sorry, I'm not chatting, taking apart my Archbishop so I can take the skiffs out and put them in my slim. No worries, brother. If you're listening, you're still good to go. You won't miss out on story time. John CJ3 says this group is awesome. Well, there you go, brother. All right. So you found something to do on Tuesday evenings, right? You found some cool people to hang out with. And like I said, there's other people in the stream like Maddie, Grumpy, and some other folks that have channels. John Evans, Javon has a great channel. So there's a bunch of people in here that have great content. So, there's plenty of people in here you can check out. A lot of these folks have their own channels and they put out really good content. All right. Let's see here. Who else we got? Doing good, Joe. So we got some greetings going on. Dark Gravity says, hey, everybody, I'm driving home from work, listening, gonna listen. Okay, cool, brother. I appreciate it. I love everybody that tunes in and listens. So let me cover a couple quick things, and then I want to bring my guest in for 5 and 5. I have a chat topic for tonight, basic chat topic. We'll see where that goes from there, and we'll just see where things go. So we did pocket checks. I wanted to do a few shout outs. I wanted to throw a couple shout outs out there. So first of all, I want to throw a shout out there to my lovely wife, Mrs. Edge. A lot of you folks know that she's going through a breast cancer battle. She's stage 3C/4. So it's a tough thing to go through, and it's definitely getting a little tougher, but we're still doing pretty good. She's hanging pretty tough with the treatment so far. For those of you who are looking for an update, I'll give you that for right now. But always, I always appreciate all the comments in here and the lives that are left afterwards, the Instagram messages, the email messages I get about my wife and her battle with cancer. Ooh, camera got a little weird on me there because I moved. So I just hope you guys know that I really appreciate that, all of you guys. So also, I want to thank my moderators. So there's 3 of them in my stream every week. There is Michael Morgan, Mimo. There is Bama Ninja. And there is Gonzo, my brother from another mother. So those 3 do a great job moderating my stream every week. I may be adding one more moderator in the future if the Saturday lives pick up and take off, just because I want to make sure that those 3 guys are not always the people who have to moderate my stream. So I just want to say thank you to all of them. And thank you for people like Joe Kasprick and a lot of you other people that are throwing up thoughts and prayers. I really appreciate it. David Iverson, Joe Kasprick, and just all of you guys that jump in all the time and send notes and encouragement to me. And she watches all these streams. So she watches all of my live streams. So anything you post here in my live streams, my wife will see. So I thanked her. Shout out to her. Shout out to my moderators. Also want to put a special shout out to Uncle Cow. I mention him a lot in shout outs because he's very inspirational to a lot of people in the community, including myself. And he just moved to a new location, which is a big change for him. He's not near his house, his mother, his pet, and it's a big change for him. And I can tell that it's a tough change. So I know he's not watching live, but I know he watches these after the fact. So I just want to throw a shout out to him, brother. Josh, stay strong. And also know that the community here is behind you. You have a lot of people, a lot of subscribers, a lot of people who watch you. And hopefully that situation will smooth itself out and you will find your place there. All right. So again, shout out to Uncle Kyle. Let's see. I already talked about changes to the channel, lighting, audio, some little things that we're going to try to do differently going forward. So I don't need to rehash that again. Let me get. Yeah. Well, before we do that, Joe Kasprick said, "Yes, sir. I can tell in the video too. He's not himself." Yeah, it's very stressful. Moving for regular people who can move themselves and don't have, mobility issues or don't have any challenges in their lives is hard as it is, right? Anytime you have to move into a new place in a new town with new people and and you have new rules and new schedules to follow and all these kind of things, all that stuff is difficult for anybody. And certainly it's going to be difficult for Josh, but I hope that he stays strong. He realizes the community has his back, and we'll be there for him in whatever way that we can. So like I said, I hope things will improve for him. David Iverson says, yeah, Uncle Kyle's having a hard time right now. but like I said, you know, you got to kind of roll with it a little bit. So let me get a link up here because I want to bring my guest on. So let me, boom, let me get a link set up here and I will copy. And let's, okay, so my guest, you know who you are. Hit the link, it will bring you backstage here in StreamYard, and I will get you ready. When you are ready, I can see you once you're backstage. Just go ahead and give me a thumbs up. I'll get you on, and we'll get things rolling with that. A couple other things real quick while I'm waiting for my guest to come on. I think one of my mods already threw up a link for this, but this is as good a time as any to talk about this. I also have, folks, a merchandise store. So, boom, there it is. I keep saying I'm going to throw a couple more items up in it. I will. I'm going to get ladies V-neck shirts out and a couple of other things. Some long sleeve ladies shirts, some V-neck shirts. They also offer some options for baseball caps. I got to look into that. But anyway, if you would like to support the channel and get some swag in the process, here's your opportunity. I don't really make a ton of money off of this. I'm mostly going to use the profits from this to pay for the shipping of knives that get shipped back and forth. And also when I do giveaways, I ship that stuff to my giveaway winners for free. So this is your chance to help the channel. I am a small channel. I do this all on my own dime. So if you're interested in some swag, there it is. Just to give you an idea, that $21 t-shirt I make about a little under $5 off of, I think $4 and something. So again, I'm not doing it to get rich. I'm just doing it to mitigate sending out packages. This week I sent out 3 packages. One was 14, one was 10, and the other one was 7. So obviously that's coming out of all my pocket. And I forget what, I think I had I had one that was like $5.50 or something too. So anyway, that's what this is for. No pressure, but if you want to get some of my stuff, that's cool. And feel free to post pictures of yourself wearing it as well. So I think my guest is going to be coming in here in a minute. As soon as I see a thumbs up from him, we'll go ahead and go. Excited. Oh, about the swag. Cool, yeah. Ant says, I heard Seinfeld was joining the stream. Well, you never know who you'll see around here. I will say this, for some of you who haven't been around and on the stream in a while, I have had a lot of first-time guests on here. Jamie from Blades and ADC, who does his own streams now, the first time he ever came on a live was on my stream. I've had King Pope Caesar on my stream. I've had Cue Ball on my stream. I've had Maddie on my stream. I've had Bama Ninja on my stream. So there's been a lot of people that have come on my stream that were never on. Yes, hats are, they do offer hats. They do that a little differently. I have to submit like a request for hats, John, but that will be coming. Are we ready, G-Ball? I'm going to bring you in, buddy. I don't see a thumbs up there yet. You ready, G-Ball? I'm going to bring him in. We'll see. I don't see anything from him. There he is. Perfect. All right, so I gave it away a little early, but there is G-Ball. G-Ball is going to be my 5 and 5 guest and my co-host for the later part of the show tonight. So welcome, G-Ball, and welcome to the stream, and welcome to the guest co-host spot. I appreciate you coming on.
Hey, thanks for having me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound good, man.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, it's good to be here. How's everybody doing?
Yeah, I think we're doing pretty good tonight, right? So I'm excited because anytime I get a 5 and 5 guest on, that's fun. And so since I have a whole bunch of new people in the stream, I want to explain what 5 and 5 is, okay? So now I'll put this up right here. So 5 and 5 is, a lot of you folks are like, oh my God, he's going to explain this again. But 5 and 5 is something I came up with on the channel. It's 5 knives in 5 minutes. Now, I don't hold you to 5 minutes, and I don't hold you to 5 knives. But basically, if you own 5 knives, if you have 5 knives in your collection, and you want to come on and show off 5 knives on my live stream, you're welcome to do that anytime. All you got to do is email me at eionansedge@gmail.com, or hit me up at my Instagram, which is eionans_edge, and let me know that you want to come on the stream and show off 5 knives. They can be any 5 knives. They could be 5 gas station knives, 5 kitchen knives, 5 family heirloom knives, or maybe the 5 most recent knives that you've put into your collection. It doesn't matter. You just have to tell us what it is. Also, very important, you do not have to show your face on the video. If you're not comfortable showing your face and you want to point the camera down at a desktop or a counter and show off 5 knives that way, you're welcome to do so. Why I came up with this is I just think it's really cool to be able to share the knives that people have. Not all of it. We can't all own every knife. And a lot of people have cool knives that I don't have. So I like to give people the chance to come on, show off their knives, talk a little bit about what they have in their collection. And like G-Ball is going to do, he's going to stick around a little bit tonight and probably hang out while we have a chat topic. So that's what 5 and 5 is. It's open to anyone. If you are in my stream tonight, or you are listening, or you rewatch my videos and you want on my lives and you want to come on and do a 5 and 5, just hit me up. It's that simple. All right. We've had some really cool 5 and 5 guests on. We've had a lot of diversity in knives. So that's what I did it for. And it's been pretty popular so far. We've had a fair amount of 5 and 5 guests just in the, I don't know, 8 or 9 months I've been doing live streams. So I'm digging it. I'm really happy. And I got a cool guest on tonight. I got somebody who's been a good supporter and has been in my stream a lot. So G-Ball, tell us real quick before I give you the solo layout here. What are you going to be showing us tonight? What are your 5? What are do your 5 knives represent something?
I would have to say probably so far through the journey, probably my top 5 favorite knives.
Okay, that's cool. I'm digging that. So here's what I'm going to do, man. I'm going to bigify you. I'm going to let you have the solo layout, and you can take your time. You don't have to rush, and just show people what you got. And if you want to throw in a bonus knife or something that's an honorable mention, you can do that too. No one's ever going to complain on a knife channel about seeing more than 5 knives. So there you go, brother. The screen is yours.
All right, awesome. So I did cheat a little bit. I wanted to start off with the Benchmade bug out. This was the knife that started it all, you know, started the spiral of knives. Probably this was really difficult to do too, by the way.
Want to come up with 5 favorites?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, when you got a bunch of them, you know, and you love knives, it's tough when you start picking them down to 5.
Right.
So I'll start off with probably it's my favorite company, and I'm doing. Here's where I cheated a little bit. I'm doing 2 knives for 1, and the nimble, the original, and the X.
Okay. Yep. So it's interesting you brought these on because John was asking about these like fidgety knives that I really love. So I would put the regular nimble, which I own, in my top 5 knives also, for sure, favorites. So, and because just everything about that knife is great, the ergos, the build quality, and the fidgetability. And so that is the X. That is the larger version of the nimble, which I don't own. I wish I did, but I didn't have the money when that came out. And that is basically the same knife with just a little bit scaled up and a little bit bigger blade. Right? And would you not say that is pretty much the same voodoo magic that they put on the regular nimble?
Oh yeah, it's identical, I would have to say. Just like you said, a scaled up model. The version I got's got a slightly different blade, but other than that, I'd say it even maybe drops a little better as far as, you know, the drop.
It's got a little more blade mass, so it drops a little easier.
Yep, yeah. I mean the original, the smaller one, doesn't lack though in the drop though. You
Oh,
know,
definitely not. Can you hold those up one more time, like horizontally, side, like one above the other, just so people can see? They haven't seen the difference in size.
see here.
So there's the little nimble, and there's the full size X next to it. So quite a bit bigger, right? But the same exact ergos, big front finger choil, lots of room for your hands, easy to flick from any position. Yep, very
Yeah,
cool, man.
it, yeah. It's like I always tell people too about the original. I have decent sized hands, and the nimble it's a little smaller, you know, compared to even the X or you know the Gungnir, but it still fits in my hand perfect. It's got that front choil,
Yep.
and for a small blade, you know, this would be a perfect, even a primary, but for sure a secondary. Uh, you know, depending on the size of your hands or what size knife you want to carry or you like to carry. But
I think the only downside to the nimbles is just the fact that you have to get on their website, get on their mailing list, and you have to keep track of when they're dropping what knives, right? Because you
yeah,
can't just go on and buy one at your whim. You got to basically save up your pennies and your dollars and have money put aside because, 3, 4, 5 times a year they'll drop different knives. Like right now, there's kind of a little slew of nimbles being dropped, and there's the thick boy, right? So yeah, so definitely, if you want to buy a nimble, you want to go to their website and you want to make sure you keep track on when they're going to drop knives. So is this one of your top fives too, I assume?
no, this is one I just wanted to cheat in there just because it was
Okay.
an EMP.
That's fine. No, man, that's fine. You're never going to get a complaint about showing more knives.
Yeah, since I've watched how you know, like you said, a couple extra here or a reason for this, you don't mind. So I kind of knew coming in I could cheat a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when we had Papa Rhino on, he showed like 20 knives. So
I,
there's,
I
there's no
have
issues.
I brought a few extras out just in case.
Right.
But yeah, I would have to say not only is that one of my top 5 favorite knives, but the company also, you know, John and his family, they're awesome people.
Yeah, and I think the thing with him is, you know, I know we'd like to put out more knives, but
Right.
from just one or two little like email post conversations or things I've had with him, like he wants to keep the quality high. He wants to keep the price at the right price point and keep the quality high on the knives. So I get it. But they're just one of those knives that once you hold one, you realize what all the fuss is about,
Yeah, that's I think the first person I missed the initial drop of the OG Nimbles, the first drop. And I wasn't on Instagram at the time really or at all. So as far as knowing when stuff was coming out, I didn't know, and I didn't know what was coming out. But it was, I think I was listening to Lefty, and finally I got Instagram, and he was always talking about it at the time, the Nimble, and I kept seeing it, you know, everywhere. And I was like, I gotta try this knife.
And it's expensive, but it's not. It's totally worth what it costs. And when I say that, I mean it's not like like way up there in the stratosphere, but it's a knife that you got to save up a little bit for sure. But it's certainly affordable, and it's certainly for the price. Plus, the other thing is you can sizzle it.
Right. That's exactly right. Yeah, I think they run about 300 like average, which is a nice chunk of change. But I'd have to say,
but that's that's 4 payments of like 80 something bucks or whatever, like, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, no. Sezzle is awesome, and it's also the devil too.
Yes, it is the devil. By the way, Darnell B85 says, sorry I'm late for the live. I'm driving in, but listening. So be safe, Darnell, and we'll catch you when you can catch up with us when you get home. So what else you got there besides the ever popular EMP EDC knives? What else you got for us?
All right, next up, we'll do this. This is I got this maybe a month ago.
Oh, I know what that is. The crawler.
Yes, sir. Yeah, the Arcane Designs crawler.
So, you know, an interesting thing about this knife is Satu Dave. By the way, if you're not subscribed to Satu Dave's channel, you should go check him out too. Satu Dave's a good friend of mine. He lives right here in Tucson where I live. He was mentioning that when he was looking at these knives at Blade Show, he's like, the guy who designed these is young. He goes, I thought he'd be like some like 50-year-old man like me. And he said that he's actually a pretty young dude, and he's designed a lot of cool knives. So, you know, I think that's one of the fascinating things about the knife community too. There's people from all walks of life out there that design some pretty cool stuff, and that is definitely one of those knives for sure.
Oh, yeah, this is. We talk about how it's sometimes hard to. It's really hard to make a unique, knife, and the way this one's built and designed, it's pretty unique.
Yep, no doubt. No other knife looks like that. You know, there's some design cues that are shared, but that's definitely when you see that, you know that that's an Arcane crawler right away.
Right. Yeah, it's Israel, isn't it? From Arcane.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really knows his stuff, and he's got a lot of popular. He's got the pry bar out, and then he's got the knife line. He's got quite a bit going on.
Jason Brown is in the house tonight too. Welcome back to the stream, Jason. Good to see you. And yeah, Rob Nice says that crawler is a beautiful beast. I agree. They are really cool knives, and they come in some really unusual color schemes too. He offers some color schemes, some colorways on those that are a little outside the box, if you like that,
Oh yeah, I don't think I have anything in like Damascus or all them types of stuff, but I was actually thinking about doing that for this knife, getting the pivot collars and the clip. He offers those, in aftermarket. I think it's Damascus or Mokutai, right. One of them too.
Yeah. And I know EMP EDC is doing that with the Nimbles now too. You can buy the Mokutai kits for them, right? So if you want to add the clip and the screws and the pivot and some of that other stuff afterwards, you can. So I think that's always a nice thing. I think it's smart of knife manufacturers to offer their own mods, their own add-ons to knives. The more you can customize a knife, I think the better that is for them. And I'm sure that that's probably a pretty good seller for them most of the time too.
I know as far as John and EMP EDC, those kits that he has, they sell out within minutes. Like I haven't, I'm on his site a lot, and when he does his drops, I have pretty much everything he's got. I have a liner lock coming, and I have the Tanto coming, and the Warney on order. But I can't ever catch them. Can't ever catch them. I haven't been able to get one yet.
Yeah, they're hard. I have a Warney coming, and he did a pretty big drop for those, but I don't have the X. The X the timing on the X killed me because I really wanted one of those so bad, but it was like right when I just had so much going on with my wife's medical and all this other stuff. And the timing was terrible for that drop, But hopefully, sometime next year we'll get some more of those. He's talked about having some more drops on those, so hopefully that'll happen, Plus he's got some new knives in the pipeline as well, and we'll see if that happens.
Yep. The relative,
What else you got for me, brother? What else is there?
All right. The next one up is Vero Axon frame lock.
Yep. There's a lot of fans of that knife in here. For sure.
This is
That's
a fairly
reverse tux.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm just asking. It looks like a reverse tux.
Yeah, it's the stone wash with the black wash.
Yeah, that's a cool look. I like that.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. It looks really nice, and it's a really good cutter too. It slices well.
Right.
Yeah, I'm able to kind of test these knives out pretty extensively if I want to. Just due to I build modular homes, so I can cut all day long, different stuff, you know.
Yep.
So if I want to really find out if something's a good cutter or slicer or strong, I can do that if I want to. But yeah, this is a really good knife. And it took me a long time to get it too. This is something else I couldn't ever catch, or it wasn't the right time, like you were saying. Maybe he was having a drop, but I just couldn't hack it at the time.
Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, thanks to somebody, I forget exactly who it was, but somebody came in the chat one time and said, "Hey, there's some Veros at I think it was REC had them. It was REC or DLT trading." And I went over, and this, yeah, I think it was either River's Edge or it was DLT. But I always wanted this version, the Stonewash Black Wash, and it just happened to be in stock, and then I happened to get the last one, so it worked out perfect.
A lot of people are saying, well, some of these knives are grail knives for them, and I agree that you've got a lot of the stuff you've shown us really nice. Family Ninja says all G-Ball's knives are grails for me. Yep.
Well,
Budget says, if you pull out a Damascus monster dog, I'll ship my pants. I think it was supposed to be with a T, but yeah, no doubt.
Well, these aren't chump change knives to me. You know, these are all knives I really, really wanted, you know. And I won't ever get rid of any of these knives I'm showing.
Sure. Oh yeah, those are permanent. Those are permanent collection pieces. Exactly.
No right. Doubt. Yep. Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
See you, Byron. Byron Kennedy's taking off. So have a good night.
See you, Byron. See you, Byron.
What else you got, man? I know you got at least one more there somewhere.
Yeah, I got two more for you.
Okay, let's have them, man.
All right,
there's one of my grail knives, the Spartan Hearth State.
Yeah, this is the 2021 edition.
Oh my God. Yep. I'm drooling all over the shirt right now.
This is it's a hell of a knife, and like this is if you wanted to beat the hell out of this knife, you could, and it wouldn't be no issue.
Yep. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you know, there's definitely plenty of cool knives out there that might not be mainstream that people don't know about. That definitely is one of those knives. Like, if you're in the know in the knife community, you know how awesome that knife is. But if you're kind of new to knives, you might not realize that something like that even exists. You know.
Yeah.
Look at the work on that. It's just freaking gorgeous.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say the detail they take. Boy, it ain't coming in. The detail in their knives, it's awesome. The time, you know, that they take. This is the S45 VN on the blade steel.
Yeah, that's definitely on my list of to buy knives for sure. That is one of my grail knives.
This, I haven't had it that long. I actually, I seen it once or twice on Instagram, and I scrolled by it, you know, I never wanted to click on it. I didn't actually know. I think I saw what it was at one point, and then I forgot about it because I figured it was expensive. And I saw it another time, and I was like, I'm not gonna look at it, and I'm not gonna look it up, And I kept seeing this knife from like one or two various people, and I finally saw Forrest from Forrest Hanks post this exact knife, and
he has the same knife,
yeah, I've been wanting it, and I had been wanting it, and I saw him with one, and finally, it was a weekend, Friday night, I think, and I just happened to look them up, and I think it was DLT had them in stock, and these are pretty expensive for sure.
That's a great knife. So what's the last one? What do we got? Hit me with it, brother.
It's the Chavez 229, Redemption 229.
Yep, another beautiful knife. And that is a well-built knife right there too. Let me tell you, that's another ruggedly built knife.
Yeah. This is the last. I chose this one as the last one because I got this right when they dropped there. What was it, like 2 weeks ago, maybe? And I haven't been able to put it down. Even if I don't carry it to work, as soon as I get home, I've been getting it out and messing with it. But I've taken it to work, and I beat the hell out of it a couple times, and it didn't bother it one bit.
Do you see Jason Brown? Do you see Jason's comment on the screen?
Hey man, I'm trying to bring on a good show,
You did, man. You've done. This is awesome. This is awesome. A lot of really high-end, really super, super great knives that you'll have in your collection forever, man. John CJ3 says that is a super clean looking knife. It is. That Chavez is an amazing looking knife.
Yeah. This is also the Harsey and this are both. This is my first Spartan, first Chavez.
Yeah.
But this, if you want a well-built knife that's slicey and it's full size.
Yep. Yeah, it's got a lot of room on there to get your hands. Yep, for sure.
Yeah, and it's very comfortable too. That if you got larger hands, I would say.
Yep.
It's really, really comfortable. Yep.
Cool. I dig it. Jason says, I was just joking. You have great knives. One of these days, I'll have a grown-up knife collection like that too. Jason Brown being his usual funny self. Okay, so is that it? Is that the last one, or do you got a bonus knife? Because we got about 20 minutes left in the stream before I jump out. So
yeah, that was it. I did bring a few fixed blades out.
Well, we'll get you back. We'll get you back on. Like maybe next month, we'll have you come back on and do some fixed blades. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Normally, we can do that.
Normally, I wouldn't have a problem going over, but I know everybody wants to go see Cole's 3K giveaway tonight, so I want to make sure we don't go run too long. So I did want to keep on. First of all, I want to say thanks because all 5 of those knives were fantastic. They're all amazing. So let me go back to our regular layout here. All 5 of those knives were amazing. And I enjoy, this is why I do this, right? For those of you who are new here, this is why we do 5 and 5 on my channel, because you get to see knives that maybe you didn't know existed. Maybe you heard about them, but you never knew what they look like. And now you have somebody who actually owns them, showing them to you on screen and telling you why they like them, right? So this is what the 5 and 5 is all about. So everybody, big thanks and a big shout out. And a thank you to G-Ball for coming on tonight and doing the 5 and 5. All right. And like everybody in here saying, G-Ball is the man. All right. Todd says awesome odds overall, right? And Chaz thinks the 229 is his favorite, right? So there you go. So thank you for that. And then here's the other thing, guys. I wanted to talk real briefly. I kind of was going to bring this up a little earlier, but we got carried away before I brought G-Ball on with some other topics. So what I was curious about is, out of all the things you carry in your pocket, right? EDC items I'm talking about. What do you use the most? Okay. And I'm going to explain what I mean by that so that you guys can talk about this for a few minutes before we get to story time in the last little bit of the live. For me, right? I am a content creator. I have, I don't know, 130 knives, probably 125 knives now, something like that. Not including all the little Swiss Army knives I own and stuff like that. So I have a lot of knives, and I have to carry more than one knife around with me a lot of the time so that I can carry them, use them, and review them. But for me, the most used thing in my pocket is my EDC flashlight. Okay? Because I go into work at a golf course and I'm the opener, I'm the setup guy. So I'm always there in the summers when it's still dark. And in the wintertime, it's dark for a while until it gets light enough and the frost goes away and people can actually go out and start golfing. So a good flashlight is important for me. So in the summer, I carry smaller lights because I only need to use them for 30, 40 minutes at a time. And then in the winter, I tend to carry slightly larger lights like the i3, the i5, some of those kind of flashlights that you can clip onto a hat because I have to walk around and do all this stuff in the dark, right? So believe it or not, a knife is not my number one used pocket EDC item. A flashlight is. But by that same token, I would say that my Victorinox Classic, or if I carry a Tinker or a Cadet, that's probably number 2. And then number 3 would be a knife that I can cut rope, open boxes, cut open shipping stuff with at work. But a flashlight's probably, believe it or not, is probably my most used item. I use it every single day that I go to work. So there you go. So I'm just curious, what is it for you guys? What is the most used thing in your pocket, right? It might not always be your knife. So what is it for you guys?
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. Between a flashlight and a knife, I use every day, on and off, all day long.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Todd says he has a Leatherman Surge. It gets the most used out of everything because all my knives get rotated. So there you go, right? Something that's a utility tool that you can use for a lot of different purposes. I could definitely see that, right? And for other people, it might be different. Like we have some people in here that are in law enforcement and security. Handcuffs might be the most common thing you use in your pocket all day, right? If you're arresting people, you might, maybe it's a set of handcuffs, right? It could be anything, it could be a multi-tool, it could be a flashlight, but then you have other people who I know some people who work in shipping, and so they carry a big, bulky, solid knife, something that's really well made because they have to open a ton of boxes all day long. They're opening boxes and they're prying the little pine tops off of pallet lids and shipping boxes and things like that. So, obviously you're going to use a different knife for those kind of things. So Bama Ninja says, I use my Vero Fulcrum the most. Okay, so the knife is the biggest thing he uses. And that's going to change a little bit, right?
Or that's his pry bar.
Oh, that's his pry bar. Okay. Well, all right. I mean, it's a solid knife. It does have a pretty thick blade and a big each foot on the front of it. So it's not like it's got a pointy tip you're going to break off. So I get that.
No, I can see that. Yeah, I can see a pry bar being number 1. Yep.
Yeah. Mrs. Edge is doing well, Jason. She's in the middle of a 12-week chemo session. It's a little tough sometimes, and it definitely has taken up a lot of our life as far as the time that we're putting into keeping her healthy. But she's doing well so far. Blood values are good, and she's handling the chemo pretty well. She's almost lost all of her hair, which she's not too happy about. GEDC says EDC hemorrhoid cream is the thing he uses the most. Is that because of your coworkers or your boss? Like they're a pain in your ass, so you need the hemorrhoid cream? Let's see. Blazeberger says the Swiss Army knife cadet on my keys gets used the most because I always need a quick screwdriver around the house. There you go, right? So that's the thing. Like for me, I'm constantly using the scissors on my little Swiss Army knives. I use the nail file sometimes, right? Regularly. And then like if somebody walks up to me and says, "Hey, do you have like a guest or a member of our golf club walks up and says, "Hey, do you have a knife I could borrow for a second to cut this thing off my golf bag?" If I don't have the time to do it myself, I can hand them a Swiss Army knife, like an SD Classic, a small one, and and hand it to them. And I know, like generally speaking, I know they can handle that knife, right? So
Right.
I can give it to somebody at work, and I don't have to worry about them dropping it, breaking it, scratching it, or not understanding how to close it and chopping off a finger with it, right? Unlike some of my nicer knives that I carry. Let's see. My best tech Texel is my most used. I carry it to work every day. It has taken a beating for a couple years now. That's Jason Brown. Iggy says, by the way, check out Iggy's Leatherworks. She's on Instagram now, Campfire Leatherworks. Check her out. I got to get with her and see about getting my Eionan's Edge logo on a wallet or a billfold. But she's doing leatherwork. Iggy says, my pen is probably the most used, followed by the Tiny Leatherman Squirt. There you go. By the way, I saw this Leatherman on Jasper's channel recently. It's the CS4, and I really dig that, man. That's a cool Leatherman. I guess they don't make it anymore, so I'm going to try to buy one off the secondary market. But I dig the size and the tools that are in that. Whoa, G-Ball just jumped out of there. I don't know what happened. I lost you, brother. I don't know if that was by design or not. Let's see. Chad says, right now, my most used pocket tool is a Damn Designs Hades. It's my work knife and it gets beat up. Yeah. Let's see, the Hades. The Hades is the one with the kind of up swept blade. I have one of those too. My favorite Damn Designs is the Invictus. But I have a Hades and I dig that one too. Bama Ninja, it's got driver bits and they get used a lot. There you go. Jason says, glad she's handling the treatment well. Please assure her their hair doesn't make her and she will be beautiful, because I tell her that every day. I don't care how much hair she has. She's still my wife. I still love her. That's not going to change. Chad says, and my Fisher Space Pen. So, yep. So Michael threw up the link for Campfire Leatherworks. I don't know what happened to G-Ball. I don't know if he had to bounce because one of his kids was needing some attention or what happened, but I hope, anyway, I hope he has a good night because I enjoyed having him on the show and having him as a guest. So that was by accident. That's okay though if you're about to. But yeah, we're got about 10 minutes. So thank you, G-Ball, for jumping in. Again, you're welcome to come back. We'll talk and maybe get you back in sometime later in September and have you come on and do some fixed blades and other knives. And again, anybody who's been on the show or wants to come on the show, you're always welcome to bring your knives and join us here and show off what you got. So let's see. Ant says, Damn Designs has the best stickers in the industry. Knives are not my favorite. It depends. I mean, there's some of their knives I really love, and then there's other knives I don't like so much. They're full tie knives. They're higher end. The S35 knives that are full tie are actually made by Riat. So it's cool that you're getting a Riat quality knife for the price that DD is selling them for. But at the same time, the knife is being designed by Damn Designs and built by somebody else. So no matter what quality level you have, you're still working with someone else's design. G-Ball says, thank you for having me. That was a blast. Sounds like a plan. Yeah, we'll have you back on, man. Really. And Bama Ninja says, awesome. Awesome 5 and 5, brother. So I agree. I really enjoyed that, and you got to show off some really, really cool knives. A few of those knives are totally Grail knives, top of the line must-haves, right, for a lot of people. So that's always fun when somebody brings a few of those on. So anyway, I wanted to cover a couple of things real quick before I get to story time, because we've only got about 10 minutes before Cole starts. I have to cook dinner. A lot of you folks I know are going to want to jump over there and try to win some cool prizes. Yeah, it is. They are heavier. I agree. Yeah, they are a little bit heavier because they're all they're full metal. But it is a solid knife, really. I have the S35 Thai Invictus, and it's probably one of my favorite knives in my collection. So I mentioned Cole's Live. I gave you guys an update on Mrs. Edge. You know what's going on with that. Next Tuesday, the day after Labor Day, I will be having a small giveaway here in my live stream. It's only going to be in the live. So if you are not part of the live, you will not have a chance to win. Okay? It'll be toward the later third of my live stream. I like to do my giveaways kind of toward the end when I have kind of a fair amount of people in there, not too, not right at the very last second. So if you're in my live next week, you will have a chance to win some stuff. I will be giving away a knife. I will be giving away a couple other small items. So that'll be next week. Also, my Saturday socials, I have those every other week. So I just had one this past Saturday. 2 weeks from this week, we'll have another one. Check those out if you're around on Saturday. They're really just kind of very laid back and social, and people seem to have a good time with them. So I'm going to keep doing them for now. The next one, it will be September 10th, by the way. That's the actual date for my next Saturday live stream. Giveaway on Tuesday, 9/6. And that is all I got as far as that goes for tonight. Enough of the talking. Okay. One other knife, by the way, that I will be reviewing soon is the Medford Praetorian Slim. I was told by Satu Dave that this was a swinger or something like that, but it's actually not the automatic version. So this is the Praetorian Slim. And I have this knife out on loan, but I am definitely going to get around to reviewing it soon. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Neil says my most used item is my CRKT M16 10 KSF. Yeah, that's definitely a cool little knife. I dig that. And also for those of you who are looking at our times, the knife tube schedule, there's the address, knifetubeschedule.com. All right. Let's see. Okay, so story time. Oh, wait a minute. I almost forgot about the most important thing. It's the last week for Word of the Week. It's the last week. I'm not doing any more Word of the Weeks until after the Christmas giveaway. So for those of you who have been religiously coming in here and keeping track of the Word of the Week to get extra entries into my big grand prize Christmas holiday giveaway on the live stream, this week's Word of the Week is GOAT. Again, it is GOAT, people, okay? So there is the word of the week, and there it is on the screen as well, okay? All right, so we got all that stuff out of the way. So let's take a peek at story time real quick, because we've only got a few minutes left. All right, so let's see. What do I want to talk about? How about a casino story? I'll give you a casino story, folks. Gather round, children. It's story time with Unky Owens. Bring it in. Bring it in, minions and small ones. Get your pillows and your blankets. Cozy up next to each other, not too close though. I don't want any sexual harassment complaints out of my live streams. Bladesburger says, goat people, is that the top half of the goat or the bottom half of the goat? The bottom half, like a minotaur, right? Man on the top, goat on the bottom, like Motar, right? Man on the top, motorcycle on the bottom. For those of you who watch the Geico commercials. All right, so I think I'm going to tell a casino story. So this is a good one. I have a lot of stories about the casino. Yeah, Iggy says, I have all 17. So again, if you have at least 5 words of the week, and I'll explain when we get into December, into holiday season, how that's going to work. If you have at least 5 words of the week, you'll be you'll be eligible for a special grand prize drawing I'm doing. My nicest gift prize pack for my holiday giveaway will be the word of the week one. And then every word you have over those 5 will be an extra entry. And if you have all 17 of the words, I believe it's 17. If you have all 17 of the words, then you will get 5 more entries for having every single one of them. Okay? And the only way that you can win that prize pack is to have the words of the week. At least 5 of them will get you in. Okay? Satisfaction. Thank you, sir, for hanging out in the live stream. So I hope maybe I will be home in time to get on Maddie's live stream for the first time in a while tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But big shout out to Maddie. Maddie's a good friend of mine. A lot goes on behind the scenes. Matt has been super helpful. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to tell a casino story. So you never know what you're going to see in a casino. When I was a security manager for a casino back east, Mohegan Sun, for several years, we see a lot of crazy stuff. And not everything happens inside the casino, okay? Sometimes some of the crazy shit happens outside the casino, but still on reservation property. So anyway, we get a call one night, outside security calls, and they say, hey, we need you to come out here. We're probably going to need state police as well. So I asked what's going on. I'm like, hey, what do you got out there? And he goes, well, it's kind of a vehicular incident. I go, well, should it go to tribal police and state police? Yeah, but I'm gonna need a manager out here. So I go out there and I respond, and it's easier to tell you what happened than to describe the scene. So apparently, this guy came to the casino, spent a lot of money, got really drunk, as a lot of people do. He goes out to the parking lot, and he had a big Ford pickup truck, one of those big diesels with the dual axles in the back of it. Okay. And on his way out of the parking lot, he ran into a light pole, one of those big tall light poles with the light on the top. It's like 20 feet high. And they have the concrete, like the 2.5, 3 foot concrete, kind of like, looks like a pyramid without a top on it that the light pole is bolted to. Okay. So hopefully you're following this far. You've probably seen them in shopping malls and different places, right? Well, he ran into one of those hard enough that the light pole actually broke off. So he hit the concrete with this big Ford diesel dually. The light pole broke off, came down, smashed into the roof of his truck. Okay. But here's the best part. I get called because he's up on the boulevard trying to leave the casino property, and the light pole is still embedded in his truck. Okay. It's in the roof. Okay. And it's like dragging on the road in the front, and it's like crushed the hood in, and it's crushed stoved in the roof, and the light pole is like half on the top of his truck, and part of it, like some of the wiring and metal, it's dragging on the road. So they pull him over, they get him stopped, and they get him under control, so to speak, and they call us and the police and everything, and we go up there. And so the police are like, obviously they know he's drunk, so he's in trouble for that, and hit a light pole and tried to drive off the property with it. And he drove pretty far. I would say he was probably, I don't know, half a mile up the boulevard that leads out of the reservation property before, like, they got him to stop and everything. I drove up there, and there it is. There's literally a light pole. Like, it looks like it's embedded in the roof of this truck. And so the state police ask him, they're like, hey, did you realize you hit the light pole? And the guy goes like this. He goes, oh, yeah, I know I hit it. And they go, so explain to us the series of events. He says, explain to me the series of events that happened for this to happen. He goes, well, I came out, and he goes, I went to come out of here. He goes, I don't know whether the lanes for the parking lot are too narrow or what, but I hit this light pole. And I hit it pretty hard, and it fell over on my truck. And so then I backed up and I hit it a couple more times, and I figured, well, as long as I broke it off, I might as well take it home with me. So he said, I must take it home with me. He goes, so I just kept backing into it, pulling up, backing up. He goes, and finally it kind of completely came loose from there. And I don't know, he ripped the wires and everything right out of it. And then he backed up with this big Ford dually and he started driving up the boulevard. It's basically like a 4-lane highway that leaves the casino. And there he is with all the other traffic driving up the road with a 20 fucking foot light pole on top of his truck. And his reasoning was, he goes, I figured I could find a use for it at home because I figured I could put it up and light up my barn or light up my driveway with it or something, you know? He goes, I figured as long as I smashed into it and I was going to have to pay for it, I figured I'd just take it home and I'd put it up at my house. Light pole theft. Right? Light pole theft. So anyway, you never know what the fuck you're going to see at a casino. And that's just one of, that's right. Jason Brown says he knocked it over. It was his now. And that's kind of the attitude he had. He was like, well, I figured I broke it. I knocked it off of there. I smashed up the concrete because I figured I'd just drive it home, put it up at my house, light up my barn. Finders keepers. Pretty much. What the hell was Last Ranger saying up here? Something about, after you finish the story, do me a favor and switch places with the blue and yellow pillow. You mean switch them, or you want me to get on it? This is comfortable, man. I'll fall asleep on this part. You want me to switch these around? I'm not really sure what you want here. How's that, brother? Does that look good now? Anyway, folks, that is story time for this evening. Real stories. Like cutting down your own Christmas tree. Pretty much, Jason. Pretty much. That's pretty much it. That is story time for this week. I'm glad you guys jumped in and joined me. I appreciate everybody sticking around. It's 5:02, so that means Cole will be starting his 3K giveaway. Thanks for coming and visiting me, but you want to go over there and check out Cole's live tonight because he's going to be giving away a lot of cool shit. Okay? I will see you all next Tuesday. Have a great night, everybody, and stay sharp. Thank you.